Welcome back, you anime nerds.
Yes,
You
sir.
guys are nerds, not us.
We're not
It's
the
only you
nerds.
guys.
We ain't nerds, bitch.
We ain't nerds, bitch. It's you
That's
guys.
right.
We got another episode, and it's a side episode of a live action. One of the OGs, Comedy
Once again,
Hashira.
killing the volume control.
One
Killing
of
it,
the
by the way.
OGs. Good luck. Good luck editing this.
It's
That's
so
all I'm
much
gonna
fun for
say.
me.
It's
Yep.
nice and loud
Big
for
fan.
you.
Big fan of your
Just,
volume control. Has no
dude.
rhyme or reason. You will be in the
There's no.
middle of a sentence and completely
This is
change
the
your
intro.
volume.
I was getting it.
Yep. All
But
right. Sorry. Did I interrupt your intro?
yes, you did.
All
And I'll
right.
never get the distance
Jamie,
right.
run that back. All right.
We'll start over. All right,
No,
welcome back,
no,
anime
we're not doing that.
nerds.
Let them know what
All
we're
right,
getting into.
we're getting into the Yu Yu Hakusho live action.
Yes, sir.
Yes, and before we even get started, I want to say we're gonna have the link to our trailer reactions in
Yep.
the description below. So if you want a little bit more on our background about Yu Yu Hakusho, what we know about it, click that shit.
Yep. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment below. Let
Yes,
us know what you thought of the
do
live
that.
series. All
That's
right.
a good
Let
idea.
us know because we have different opinions on it.
Yes, thank you, Comedy Hashira. That's a great point.
I try. I do it for the kids,
Thank you.
They're
Speaking for
important
our
too.
audience,
Oh,
thank you,
yeah,
Company
sure.
Hashira. I
Them
appreciate
too.
it. That's what we get in the comments all the time, right?
Oh, yeah. That's what I
That
get,
was
especially.
that was an
Me of all
excellent
people.
point.
Me of all people, I get that all the time. They're like, hey, man, you made a great point. You're a brilliant person. And I ride and die for you.
Exactly.
It's like,
Every single
cool. I
time.
appreciate that. And if you don't
Ride or
ride and die for
dies. We
me,
appreciate you.
then yeah, I don't fuck with you. All right. That's
Let
what I
them
think.
know. Let
That's
them
what I
know.
think. Yeah, man.
But we're getting
But
into
yeah.
it, and we're gonna lead off with what was our first topic?
Jesus, already?
Yeah, I
Sir,
forgot it.
we are like 3 minutes in. How have you already forgotten it?
The
Go over
history.
your history.
The history.
What is
Yes.
your history with it?
My
This
history is
fucking
very
guy.
limited.
See what you guys give me to work
Very,
with?
very limited history. I
Yeah.
didn't watch it very much growing up. Now you and Trey
Yeah.
always were watching this shit
Yep.
every week. You guys are watching it. And for those that don't know in the audience, I'm 2 years younger than him. He's my older brother. Him and my other older brother who passed away, RIP,
What he meant to say
used
was
to
better
watch.
brother. I'm his better brother.
Right. Used to watch anime growing up, and I wouldn't watch all the animes. The only one I really sat down and watched with you guys was DBZ. So
Yeah,
it
that's
was
the one
cool
we
to
all
come
watched
in.
together.
Right. It was cool to come in every now and then and see some of the Yu Yu Hakusho fights specifically, which I believe I was walking in on the dark tournament. Those
Yeah,
were
I think
the
so.
those were the fights that I remember walking in on it from time to time.
Yeah,
So
because you were a few years younger than us, so Yu Yu Hakusho was a bit older, and the animation, even to Dragon Ball Z, was a tad bit older, and so
mhm,
I don't think it really caught you like that,
right.
because you just didn't understand what was going on. It's easier to understand Dragon Ball Z.
Oh,
Someone strong
100%.
comes along, Goku's got to fight him.
Yeah.
Goku's
Save the
got to get
planet.
more powerful. He's got to save the
Strong
planet. It's pretty
person,
simple.
save the planet.
Yep. Next saga, strong,
Strong person, save the
save the
planet.
planet. Next saga.
Stronger person,
Yep.
save the planet.
Rinse, wash, and repeat, sir.
Exactly.
I do appreciate Dragon Ball Z because if it ain't broke, don't fucking fix it, right?
Exactly.
Oh man, there's
Hey,
someone who's coming
they're
even
right.
stronger, and guess what they want to do? They want to destroy the planet.
Yeah, Toriyama's like, what can I do to make this better? Let's make
Like,
the
at
bad guy
what point in
stronger.
Dragon Ball Z were they gonna be like, there are other planets, nigga, where
Well,
you
they
can
got to the
destroy
whole
them?
universe.
Yeah, I
They
mean
got to that point.
they got there, but why'd they want to destroy the universe they were in? You know what I mean? Like, there's other universes. It doesn't have to be this specific one. Jesus Christ, dude.
Right. But point being is it didn't grab me like DBZ did.
Yeah.
DBZ as a kid grabbed me. You didn't, but it was cool. I saw great moments. I saw the spirit gun. I saw the Kuwabara sword. And I was telling you, Kuwabara was my favorite character going into this because I just remember his
His
voice where he
voice,
would
yeah.
be like urameshi.
Yeah, kind
What's
of
going on?
dopey.
He was
Yeah.
goofy. I was a kid back then. I loved
Yeah.
that shit.
Kind of dopey as a
So,
character.
but you were more into it, right?
Yeah, I mean,
You
but
had
I was a little bit older, so it was
Right.
easier for me of all people to get into it and kind of follow along the storyline. I remember I watched it as a kid and I didn't kind of look back on it. I revisited it as an adult probably maybe 10 years ago or so, maybe 8 to
Mhm.
10 years ago I
How
revisited
was
it.
that
It
as a
fucking holds
kid
up.
versus young adult?
Well, I mean, it holds up, so that was cool. Like, I think I could watch it now and still enjoy it just as much as I did 10 years ago, just as much as I did as a kid. Like, it
Okay.
holds up. The only thing that doesn't hold up is the fucking like wild shit that fucking urameshi was always saying. Just the shit they were saying to each other. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like
Different
some of that
times,
shit
right?
won't hold up in this times, but I don't give a fuck about that. So
Isn't that
that
what
doesn't
holds
bother
that
me at
weight
all.
of the euphoria of it?
I don't that made no fucking sense. That was a
Like,
weird fucking statement, sir. Doesn't that hold
sh
the weight of the euphoria in it?
of it?
What?
No, of it. I didn't say of it. Get it right.
Of it?
The
What?
weight and the euphoria of the show. So part of that is the
All
fact that
right.
they didn't give a fuck.
Fucking some of us didn't graduate college, so how about you use some fucking smart words, you
This guy
jackass?
this guy's like, "This went through one ear, out the
Fucking
other.
makes no sense. Like we get it, dude. You went to fucking college.
In through one ear,
I'm
out the
Blackie
other. I
Chan.
get it."
I went to college. It only took me to graduate.
Nice.
Brr.
Yeah.
I
That's
don't read
exactly what I do.
mangas.
Yeah.
Meh. Yeah,
Thank you.
that's you.
Yeah.
That's you. And
That's
that
what
was
I
your
do.
whole time in college.
I agree.
Oh, could I go turn into
100%.
paper? Duh.
100%.
So dumb. So
Yeah.
dumb. All right, but yeah, it held up. It
Mhm.
held up. I think it would hold up again. Like it was long enough ago to where I remember the basics of the storyline. I remember the big things. I'll never forget the Dark Tournament because the Dark Tournament's probably the greatest, if not one of the greatest
You say
tournament
that all
arcs
the
in all
time.
of anime.
Yeah.
I believe it like with my heart of hearts. All
Yeah.
right, down from deep under
Yeah.
within,
100%. You
you know?
definitely
I
yeah.
just feel it. Yeah,
Let it out.
I just feel his way.
Let that shit out, man.
The dark tournament
I get
arc
it. I
is
get it.
better than all of them.
Come here,
But
puppy. Come here.
come here.
Come
It's
here.
okay. It's
It's
okay.
okay, puppy.
But it's like so that has always stuck with me
So
through
that
the
was the
times.
biggest thing that you loved
Yeah.
about the show.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
the best thing about that show. But with
Okay.
that being said, like I remember, and I can't wait till we get into the plot later
Mhm.
because it does frustrate me here. But I do remember, and like they messed up the plot in such a way, and like I said, we'll get into it in more detail in a little bit. But they messed it up in such a way that it fucked me up a little bit.
Right. No, and
Like,
we'll get into why it fucked you up and all that shit.
I was like, God damn, wait, do I remember this right, or do I
Right.
have it wrong?
And
And so,
speaking of this show, there's a standard that's now held, right? And I think
yeah,
we both agree, which is One Piece in regards to live action. So that
yeah,
that
I
standard
mean,
that like you in our One Piece reviews, or at least
right.
one of the four that we
Fucking
had,
it's a
there's a
long
lot of
show, it's a
those.
long series, there's a lot going on.
Right. You somewhat enjoyed it. You somewhat appreciated the fact that it had a
Yeah,
solid plot. So it was interesting to see that bar set at that level for you.
right,
And whether or not Yu Yu Hakusho could live up to that was a big question.
right. God damn, my dog just literally fucking barked at me. Go lay down.
See, I thought that was a clear segue into M Night Shyamalan. I thought you were about to be like, yeah,
Speaking of dogs barking.
thought you were
Yeah,
about to
but
be
seriously,
like,
my dog is being a fucking jackass. For the first time ever on the podcast, actually surprised it took this long
it's
for
because you
my
got the
dog to cause
haircut.
a fucking problem. It's probably because I got the fucking haircut.
That's what it is.
But yeah, so what were we talking about? I apologize. I got a
Live
very ugly
actions.
dog.
So we got the standard recently for One Piece as a live action. We had the ultimate
Yeah.
failures of
Okay.
DBZ,
Yep.
Evolution, and M Night Shyamalama.
M. Night
So
Shyamalama.
One Piece kind
Fucking
of
I hate
revived
that dude. I
that
hate that dude so much. And I
energy.
already went over, I'm pretty sure in this podcast,
Yes, at
I've gone
least
over my plot at least four
three,
times
four
of why I want to
times.
punch him in the face. How I'm
Yeah,
gonna sneak onto the crew.
just
And because he
uh,
acts in his own videos and I'm gonna be a free actor, I'm gonna do it for free. That's how
yeah,
I'm going to punch him and he won't have to pay a dime.
exactly.
Congratulations, you are the winner
Let it
of the
out.
worst award. All right. You know what I'm gonna
Let it
do?
out.
I'm gonna grab a fish hook I'm gonna grab my
A fish
finger,
hook.
a fish hook, and I'm gonna grab my finger. I'm gonna tickle his booty hole, tickle his
Oh,
booty hole,
Jesus
tickle, tickle,
Christ.
tickle, 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 tickle,
This
tickle the
that
booty hole,
turned
tickle the booty
real
hole,
quick.
tickle, tickle, tickle. And then when he starts to like it, he's gonna be like, "Oh my god, I think I like this." I'm like, "Now you never get it again. Now your life is ruined. He'll never be able to look at his wife again." There you go.
All right.
That's what we do to people like that.
The old
We
tickle the butt
confuse them.
trick. I
Yep.
love it.
Gets them every goddamn time.
Every
Let me tell
time.
you what.
Let me
You
tell
just
you
tickle
what.
that tushy. You tickle that tushy.
Gets him every
Oh,
time.
oh, all right.
You get him to climb, and then right before the
Ooh,
climax,
he's
oh,
feisty. He's feisty. Ooh. Ooh,
all right,
sweetness. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go get it. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go get the fish hook. All
feisty.
right.
Well, Kim,
All right. Buttercream, buttercream, buttercream. How big is the
buttercream,
waist? We're going
going
in.
in.
Yep. But I mean, like, so the good thing about him is he set the standard for the bottom. M. Night Shyamalama
Mhm.
set the standard at the very fucking bottom. Like, he's like, hey, this is the worst job we could possibly do on
Uh-huh.
any live action of any reboot of any kind of series of any kind of
Sounds about
book,
right.
any kind of animation ever. This is the bare bottom. This is the bottom of the barrel, the worst it can get. We are
Yeah.
diving into the sea and we are drowning.
Mhm.
That is the standard he set at the
I
bottom.
can't breathe. Mhm.
I can't breathe. I
I
got a
got a
pain in
pain
my
in my
chest.
chest,
I can't breathe.
and I can't breathe.
And now I'm at the ocean bottom. Ocean bottom.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's where he's at. He's
Yeah.
bottomless mimosas. All right.
Yeah.
Down low.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
really, as long as you do better than M Night,
Yeah. I
you're
blacked out.
doing.
What were we talking about?
Yeah.
I,
We're still on Yu
I
Yu
can.
Hakusho.
I thought we were talking. I thought this whole episode
We're
was about how
still
much I hate M. Night
still
Shyamalama.
no,
Was
nope.
that not what we
That
were
was not
doing?
it. That was not it.
All right. That's me. That's
It's
me. That's my
definitely
bad.
about Yu Yu Hakusho.
That's my bad. That's my
Yeah.
bad. Okay.
Wake up.
But yeah.
Breathe.
And so One Piece, although it wasn't perfect,
Mm-hmm.
it's hard to say because it's like I look back on it and I still enjoyed it. I really did enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not sure if I enjoyed it because it's the best live action we've gotten
Mm-hmm.
or if they just did a really good job. You
Well,
know what I mean?
and something that you bring up all the time when we talk off stream is budget, right?
Yeah, it's huge.
You're big on that, and not only in live action, in anime, and then
Right.
because based on how much money you have is based on how peculiar
Yeah.
you can get.
Yeah,
Woo,
and it's
tough word.
hey, you spit it out, baby girl. You
Peculiar,
don't swallow anything here. You spit
a
it out.
peculiar word.
What's up, girl? But, it's like I say it all the time too where a lot of times anime fans go in with the wrong intentions, right? Like
Yeah,
they'll go
man.
in to watch it and they'll be like, I hope this is as good as the
Like,
anime.
bruh,
The answer is always no.
no,
It'll never be as good as
never.
the anime.
It
It
won't.
will never do
Let
that.
it go.
Yep, you have the mangas and then you have the animes, right?
Right.
Animes will always lose some of the manga data, right? Now it's
Mhm.
easier because everything's possible. So you have
Mhm.
everything possible in animation that you can do in the manga, and that's where
Right.
budget comes into play. Do you have the budget to
Exactly.
do everything?
Mhm.
No, no one does. So now you dropped off from 100% to
Mhm.
90%, and now you look at the
Exactly.
quality of it, and that varies, right?
Yes.
Now you switch to live action, where you're already starting at 60% because there's
Mhm.
only so much you can create.
Only.
There's
Only so
only so
much.
much you can create with CGI and all that shit. There's
Right.
only so much you can do. So you're starting at 60%
Right. Well,
of your capacity.
and the crazy part about that is when you hear the kickback, a lot of it is like, yeah, we want there to be a live action, but we don't want there to be a lot of CGI. We want it to be like pretty much all natural. And it's like, dude, on top of the big expectation, you're expecting less CGI. It's just
Yeah.
crazy to me.
Yeah.
Human beings cannot do that.
Yeah, and now to people's credit, I don't hear that often.
I hear it.
Yep. So do you hear my fucking dog barking?
Yeah, I hear.
Yeah,
I hear.
fucking fireworks. Just so you
Unbelievable.
guys know, fireworks are not cool. All right?
Happy New Year.
Fireworks are not fucking cool. Happy New
Is it
Year.
New Year
Be
yet?
safe. All right.
New Year,
Yeah.
new me.
So I
Fuck
do
you.
apologize, guys.
It's
Just so
like,
you guys know, you guys will hear my dog barking in the background. That'll be impossible to edit out. So you have my sincerest apologies. All
We're
right,
letting
because
it
I
out
am
now.
not fucking happy about it. Okay. Now, with that being said, just so you guys know, you might hear my dog barking in the background. I do
Mhm.
apologize. You know, we're getting ready for 4th of July or 4th of July. What the fuck am I doing? I'm already fucked up. God damn. We're getting ready for goddamn fucking New Year's. All right? We're getting ready for New Year's. My dog's going to be barking.
4 months off, buddy.
It's gonna be 2023. Like, oh, now we're a year behind, right? But you guys, just so you guys know, like we're recording this right before New Year's, so I
Mhm.
got fireworks going off in my neighborhood. I'm sure if you guys have dogs, you understand. So I do
Yeah.
apologize if I can't get rid of all the dog
We're
barking.
we're
All
not
right.
rich enough to have a studio quite yet.
No, no, we're all doing this from home.
We're
I don't
soundproof.
have fucking shit
Yeah,
plastered in here, right? To
it's
make
like
it
fucking hustle
soundproof,
and flow.
right?
Whoop
You
that
ain't
trick.
know.
Whoop
You
that
ain't
trick.
know, nigga. Come on, man.
Come
But
on, man. I just need a
But
little bit of
yeah,
silence, man.
just a little bit of silence. That's all, man. Now
That's
I
all,
would never
man.
tell you what to
You
do.
to do. But I'm asking.
Yep. But no, so back to the CGI conversation. Like
Yeah.
I haven't heard a lot of people say that CGI is a like they don't want a
Too
lot of
much.
CGI. I haven't heard too
Yeah.
many people say that. So I wouldn't say
Mhm.
that's the norm. But with that being said, there are those people out there, and it's like, well, how the fuck do you expect them to do half this shit that we do? Like, do you expect them to come out with a real spirit gun, you fucking asshole?
Yeah, I don't
Like,
uh,
you want him to grab his spirit energy, put it at
yeah.
the tip of his finger, and
That's what I'm
blast
saying.
through a demon in real
I
life?
Anybody who doesn't like live action, that's the first thing that they point to. It's not even the storyline 90% of the time. It's like, oh, well, it doesn't look right. It doesn't have the feel for it. And then they'll go to the
Now,
plot.
I
Now,
will
plot
say,
is just as important, don't get me
right,
wrong.
but I will say to their credit, a lot of the older live actions, the CGI was trash. Where it was like, dude, what are we doing here? You know, we weren't getting like the blue people avatar where
Yeah,
the
you're right.
CGI is like you could touch it and it's a
But
real
that's all
planet.
CGI there.
But
That's
you
all
know what I
CGI
mean?
there.
Like we weren't getting
Yeah.
that kind of quality. We were getting
We were getting
some
live
rough
action.
shit. We were getting
We were
some rough
getting
shit back in
we
the
were getting
day.
live action.
Yeah. Like have you ever watched a TV without HD
We were
since you've
getting
had HD?
no.
Where they're fucking 10 feet away from each other's face. Huh. Oh. Yeah, it's
It's
fucking
like, all
insane.
right, dude.
Yep.
But no, but that's a big talking point in live actions because you want to see what that balance is. You want to see what they can
Yeah.
do versus what they can CGI and how they mesh that. I think it's an important
Right.
balance
And it's,
to notice.
and it's tricky because the biggest thing I will always point to is their budget, right? And
That's
I don't think
yeah.
any animes had the budget or any live actions had the budget One Piece was working with.
No.
Definitely not Yu Yu Hakusho. Like,
Definitely not.
like you could tell just by the promotion.
Yeah.
Like I saw the trailer come out, I was like, "Oh shit, they're doing a Yu Yu Hakusho live action." Like, how did this fucking miss me? It's because they're
Mhm.
not out there fucking with the creator interviewing. Granted, I think the creator has passed away. I could be wrong, but
Oh, he
RIP.
passed away?
I think so.
Oda?
I haven't. Oda's not. No, the creator of fucking
I
Yu
thought you were
Yu.
talking about One Piece.
No, I'm talking about Yu Yu.
Yes, Yu passed away, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. And so, but they could have,
R.I.P.
they could have been doing some stuff like they did with One Piece, where they're like at the studio where it was created and they're talking to voice actors and stuff. You know what I mean? Like there's shit they could have done. What can we please have a moment of
Yeah, I was about to
silence?
say, can we please like
All right.
all right.
I don't know why, but I was expecting my dog to start barking right then and there. I was like, this freaking asshole is
What
definitely
even
gonna choose now to start.
it's funny too, because as my hand went up, your your hand went up, and then my hand went down, and I'm just sitting there in your
Hey man, respect the dead, man.
yeah. We
Gotta
had our
respect
great
them.
moment there. That was
Yep.
beautiful sinkage.
I'm glad we had
Beautiful
that planned
sinkage.
out,
Yeah.
right?
It went well, went well.
Yeah, but
But
it's like
yeah,
there's so many aspects to it, like
yeah. The
especially
budget is the
where
first biggest difference.
budget, the creator, the studio that's creating it, like all of that plays a factor into it. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real with you, I don't have the fucking time to fucking research it like that.
Right. And I mean, we just knew it's not going to be as good visually because of the budget. So you were hoping a solid plot, solid fights. I was
Right.
hoping more solid fights, okay plot. Again, I didn't really know the plot verbatim. So it was cool to see the balance in the fights. I thought that it was
What
hella
do you mean by the
gory.
balance?
It was a balance between them, the actual actors doing
Oh,
shit,
and
and
CGI.
CGI.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
the
where they weren't
CGI
CGIing
and
everything. Gotcha.
right,
Okay. Yeah,
and
all
it
right.
was a beautiful balance in my opinion,
Yeah.
especially compared to One Piece in the budget. It just was good and it
Yeah.
was gory. That's the biggest thing that I love about what they did with this live action versus the One Piece. Because One Piece, it felt like they were trying to appeal to anyone and everyone, all
Yeah,
ages.
but
Whereas Yu, that's some pretty fucked up shit that was
you
going
know, and I
down.
think this is where you see that you haven't really watched both of them
I'm
because
talking about the
as a
live
whole,
action.
yeah, but I'm talking about like One Piece. It's I wouldn't call it a gory anime.
No, and I'm not saying that
And you're
it
like,
is. I'm
but
just saying
you're like, it's not
anime
gory. And I'm like,
generally is a pretty
yeah,
gory
it is.
industry.
It
I'm
is.
not saying each one is the same. I'm
Right.
saying generally
All right.
speaking.
And I'd push back and just say One Piece was a bad example for your point. But yeah,
No,
I get what you're saying.
but I was comparing the live actions more so.
Right.
And I get it. You're saying the live action wasn't supposed to be because One
Right.
Piece isn't a very gory
Right. It's very
anime.
kid
And
friendly. Yeah.
I get that. So I see what you're saying, but it also like the majority of animes when you
It
look
could always
at,
be worse. They could be
it's fucked
dancing
up.
with fire.
Right.
Fucking M. Night Shyamalan. I
Like
fucking hate you, dude.
you didn't need Avatar to be super gory for it to be good, right? You didn't
Right.
need that because it isn't. The
Right.
anime is not gory.
No, it's
So
not gory at all.
um
And it
it's
is an anime.
yeah, I'm gonna get slack for that again. Shit.
Yep. Now
We're
fuck them.
clipping this part too. I don't
Yeah,
give a
we are
fuck.
100%. I'm making sure this fucking makes a clip. Fucking, it counts as an anime.
It
God damn it.
counts. It counts, bitch.
It counts here. It counts here.
Yeah.
All right, right in the heart, right in the feels.
But you were saying, did you like the balance of it in the fights?
You know, I did. So there's a lot of things I disliked about it. Most of that was plot, and we'll get into that. And I keep saying
Just
we'll
a
get
second.
into it because I
Just
just
in a
want to fucking,
second.
I just, you know what I mean? I
You
have
know,
to hold myself back.
say what you're about to say about the fight and then
But
flow right into it. Fuck
yeah,
it.
okay. All right. But no, we should go over the characters and what they did, or we can
Oh
kind of do
yeah.
both, right?
Yeah, yeah. So character selection too, which we kind of
Yeah.
glossed over.
So I'll do this point into the character selection,
Okay.
but it's like with the fights, I think that's one thing they did well. That's one thing they did very very well is the fights. So and I know I've said this to you before, where I'm like the things they did
Dude,
do, they did well.
it was good.
The things they didn't do, fucking upset me. But the things they
Yeah.
did, the fights, the action that they showed, um, the first couple episodes, like and not just the fights the first couple episodes, the fights through the whole thing, but the first two episodes were really good. And then
Uh-huh.
the fights through the whole thing were, I thought they were phenomenal.
I
I
thought
thought
the
they were
fights were
really good. Like
sick.
I was engaged the
Yeah.
whole time,
It was
mad, but
intense.
engaged. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? A little bit confused, but
Yeah.
engaged.
Yeah.
Married, but engaged. Eh?
Okay. Man's
But
cheating
it's
on his
like,
wife?
yeah, right. But I promised we would flow right into characters and we could get into
Yeah.
plot there because if we don't get into characters now, we're not going to touch it because I'm going to talk out every other
You're
room.
going. You're still
Yep,
going.
I'm already going. I'm already going. I'm already
No.
going. Let's go. Give me an idea. Let's go. I'm
Yeah.
cooking. I'm cooking, baby. I'm cooking. Look, me just frying up some eggs,
I made this a
frying up
massive
some
point.
grits.
I made this shut up.
All
Yeah, I
right.
made this a massive point, and that was the main character, right? And that was in Luke. I was harping on you with Luffy. Luffy, does he fit? Does he fit? Does he fit? Do you think Urameshi fit Urameshi, the guy who played him? And it's because you watched Dub.
You know, it could be. It could be. Like I remember you
Dubbed is
saying
so ass.
so just so you guys know, he watched he watched he's at least started it before I did, and he told me, he was like, I started it in dubbed, it's fucking garbage. I switched to sub, it's so much better. And the point
Mhm.
you brought up was fucking phenomenal, something I had never thought of. And you can get
Yeah.
into that in a second. But I
Mhm.
watched it in dub just because I have kids. I have I have to do stuff around the
I
house for
have
them.
shit to
So
do.
I have to make sure if I'm not I can't watch the screen intensely. I can't afford to do that. Like I gotta
Right.
pop over, be able to help the kids with homework, stuff like that, and it not
Yeah.
take me 3 years to fucking watch 5 episodes. You know what I mean? But
Mhm.
why? What was the reason? Do you remember? Because I don't want to butcher it.
Yeah, so I watched it in dubbed and I couldn't fucking stand it. I literally got an I was gonna call you and say, dude, I can't even get through the first episode. That's how bad
Mhm.
it was to me. And it's because partially two things. One thing is a personal bias. I have a personal bias towards my own fucking not my own anime's characters. So when I watch a character that I really love in an anime, I want whoever's playing the live action to resemble them very badly. And it may not be every line for line, but I
Okay,
want them
just
to
to
try to personify that character. So,
okay, to clean up your point real quick, do
yeah,
you mean like when you have a character that you like, you want them to look like them or you want them to
look and sound.
and say okay, so you want them to hit on all aspects of that character because
Correct,
you enjoy them so
I
much.
place more importance on the sound because I
Okay.
understand that looks is incredibly hard to
Right.
match. We're all one of a kind. I get that.
No, we're not.
But
You're not special. I don't know why you
I
keep
no one would ever
you're
look
not
like
fucking
me.
special.
If
You're
we
not
made
fucking
a live
special.
action of Blackie Chan, no one would ever be able to look like me.
That's because no
But
one wants to look like you. All right? You're fucking ugly.
but yeah,
Oh, man,
so
I'm so funny.
yeah, you're just hilarious.
I'm great.
Hilarious. I
I
laugh every
love
single
me.
time.
People enjoy me.
But what were we getting at?
That was your first point. So, what's
First
your
point
second point?
was
Your first
the
point was you need your character to look like them.
well, sound like them more so.
Right, right, right.
And this is where I'm talking about subbed and dubbed. Yeah, they got you can get pretty much anyone to look like somebody for the most part. Like for the
Mhm.
most part. And when it comes to sound though, that's hard to match. And if you can't match it specifically, you need to get to that personality.
Right.
And that on top of man, my second point.
You said something along the lines of, and I'll butcher it, but I'm sure it'll re-jog your memory. So
Mhm.
you said something along the lines of it's like reading a
Oh,
script.
yes. So, on top of me wanting the characters to sound like they really do, when you watch this version where it's dubbed over the actual actors who are
Yeah.
speaking
And
Japanese,
just so you guys know, we don't mean this is always the case. This is this
just
specific
this Yu Yu
instance.
Hakusho.
Yeah.
So, Yu Yu Hakusho, they chose Japanese actors with speaking Japanese, just like
Yeah.
an anime, and that's what I loved about it. And when you listen to the subbed version of it, which is the real one, it sounds like you're literally watching the anime. Like they do a great job of trying to get into the character. And it may not be perfect because I don't remember it verbatim. I only remember watching dubbed on Yu Yu Hakusho growing up, but it really felt like they were trying. And then when you watch dubbed or you listen to the dubbed version, it feels like they're fucking AIs just speaking the line. And it's a girl speaking the line for Kiko. It's just a random guy speaking the line for Urameshi. It didn't feel like they gave any type of effort into this is what that guy's doing right now. I need to emulate him through my voice. It didn't
Right.
feel like they tried that. And
Right.
I fucking hated it.
Yeah, and so you were like 2 episodes deep when you asked me where I was, and I was like, I hadn't started yet. Just because my personal circle of anime friends were like, it's not good. And so I put it off as long as I could. I have varying opinions about it. But ultimately, when I did start watching it, I remember watching it in that mindset where I was like, you said it better when you had said it to me. You said it something along the lines of, it's like they're just translating and nothing
Yeah.
else. It's like
They're
they're
not
just
putting
translating.
their energy in it.
Yeah, and so when you said that, I watched it through that frame, and I was like, "Holy shit, he's fucking right." It's like they're just saying it.
They're just saying it.
So that could be why I think he didn't kind of embody it. But also, I was looking at his mannerisms, stuff like that. and I was like, he wasn't. I don't think he nailed it. I don't think he nailed it. But I'd have to go back and watch it and sub to be sure of that. But me personally, I don't think he nailed it. I don't. I think Hiei nailed it. I think Botan absolutely nailed it, and I think Botan was probably the best one that I saw.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate that we didn't get baby Kona or Koenma.
Koenma. Yep. Yeah. I
Unfortunate,
mean,
man.
what are you gonna do,
You know
man?
how sick that would have been to get like a child as him, not a
Dude,
baby, like you
no,
mentioned in
I
your
want a
trailer,
fucking baby. I want a goddamn baby. If I can
and
teach
just
a
have the
dog to
voice,
shake hands, you guys heard how much my dog was just fucking talking over there?
have
We
a
can't get
baby
a baby
floating.
to do that. We can't have a baby talking. I'm sure we could train a baby to talk. I don't think that's too crazy to think about.
Babies can read; they know how to read the script.
I mean, yeah, sure, why not? I think you took it too far. I think baby talking
Oh,
was
I
enough.
took it.
I
I
think you
took it too
crossed the
far.
line when you said a baby's reading shit. Like
Yeah,
that's too much.
right,
That's unrealistic, okay?
right.
So be better.
Yeah, I should
But like I
definitely.
think they did a good job. I don't think I saw enough of Koenma, but
It would have
Koenma
been
was
cool if he was a fucking
yeah.
child, dude.
Yeah, but what vibe did you get from him? Like what was
He
the
actually
vibe? Cuz you
it
watched
got
it in subbed.
right. It got a very serious vibe from him, especially in sub. And then you get moments where he tried to be goofy, where he tried to say
See,
some funny shit.
I think in the anime he was more of a nervous person. And I didn't get, and it's kind of like you where I didn't get that the right vibe from him. Where it was like it seemed like it was just kind of goofy, but a very serious person. And
Mhm.
to their credit, he was a serious person in the anime. Like everything he was in charge of, that's a big deal. Fucking while his dad's fucking out of town, but he was also like always fucking nervous. He always brought up his dad coming back and about to fuck him up, all this shit. And he's like, "What are you doing? You got to do this now." And all this shit. And so
Well, he
I
did.
think that was a huge
He
miss.
he was nervous in the last fight when he was making the
Yeah,
bet
but
and shit like that with the dude, and
yeah,
they
but
made him seem very nervous during that fight.
yeah, it was a different kind of nervous though. He thought he would lose that bet, not get it. His dad was
So
gonna
now we're
come
talking
whoop his
about kinds of
ass.
nervousness,
Yeah,
right? That's fair.
100%
So he wasn't just. He didn't need to be just nervous. He needed to be a certain type of nervous.
correct.
Nice. You
There's
don't have
different
high
kinds of
standards.
nervous. There's
You
different
don't
kinds of
have high.
nervous, dude.
You're giving me you're giving me frantic nervous. I need more calm
All
nervous.
right, dude. I'm telling you right now, there are
I
different
need
fucking.
I need more calm nervous. Who's
There are
that?
different kinds of nervous.
That's Comedy Ashura. He's the director.
He's a dude. All right, just bear with him.
Is that the guy who wrote the
Just nod your
manga?
head.
Yeah,
Just nod your head.
that's him. When I was writing Koenma, I was thinking
That's just how I talk. And so,
it's just like, what's wrong with the director?
fucking weird dude, man. A weird fucking guy. Big fucking eyes, nice fucking fish.
Nice fucking fish, man.
Nice fucking fish. But yeah, it's so I think he like, and there are different kinds of nervous. You know, like if I'm nervous from a test, that's different from if I'm nervous for my life. Like if a gun's at my head.
No,
You
because
know what I
it's
mean?
not nervous anymore. It's scared.
Nope,
That's
that's
why.
nervous.
He said, "I'm
Definitely
nervous.
nervous.
I'm not scared to die. I'm nervous."
Yep, I'm nervous about a guy with a gun. I'm not scared to die. I'm nervous about a guy with a gun.
Right.
Different kind of nerves, baby.
Right.
Maybe
Yeah.
because
That
I'm just
adds up.
built different. You know
That
what I
adds
mean?
up. You would
I'm
definitely
him.
survive in the stone world
I'm
for
him. All
sure.
right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep saying it till you acknowledge that I'm getting better at
hmm
fucking youth slang. I'm him.
No,
Ice in the veins, baby. Ice in the
no,
veins.
you don't even know what you're doing.
I don't know what I'm doing. No.
You're lost right now. You're a
Yep, I
pup.
don't know.
You're a pup
Yeah.
in a world. He's just a pup
Stupid.
in a
All right.
world.
Okay. Was there anything you wanted to add on the
Yeah.
characters before we get into
No.
the plot? Because
No.
once we get on that train, there's no getting off.
You're taking
I've been
it from
giddy.
there.
I've been fucking like
Yeah, I
clawing
can
and
tell.
shaking at my
You
table.
didn't
Like,
even
let's
finish
do
your
it.
question before you started rambling about it. Like,
Yeah.
is there anything else you want to talk? Because I'm about to go crazy about the plot. I mean, I'm about to get into it. I'm about to do
Yep.
exactly what I need. Dude, let me speak. All right, no, you can go. It's the plot.
Okay.
You didn't like the
Yeah.
plot.
So
I don't remember the plot at all
yeah.
watching this, so part of me likes it more than you because I didn't give a damn about the
Right.
plot.
So I will start it off with this. If I didn't know the plot, I would have enjoyed the live action. I would have enjoyed the
I
live
enjoyed
action.
it. Yeah.
Like I think what
The
with
way
what
they
they
changed
did,
it, it makes sense for someone who
no,
didn't watch the anime.
no, it doesn't.
For someone who
Because
didn't watch the anime.
I mean, I guess you would have to say that because to me, I always have watched it, so it's hard for me to imagine not watching it.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
trying.
that's my fault. I was jumping into your feels. I was trying to get mad for the both of us. That's my fault. That's me.
Yeah.
That's on me. All right, that's just the narcissist in me. I apologize, guys.
No, you're supposed to dislike this.
Yeah,
It's like, all
but
right, dude.
but yeah. So like with what they did a good job. So the action, all that stuff was all done very, very
Like
well.
the way the story flew
And
within
it,
that
yeah,
live
and it had a
action,
flow.
it made
Yes.
sense.
Yes. Now when you compare it to the
The
fucking
anime.
show, the anime, it's absolute dog shit. And it was super upsetting
Let it
because
out
how many times have I talked about the Dark Tournament arc? How many times?
all
How
the
many
time.
fucking times? How many fucking times?
You said anytime I brought up Yu Yu Hakusho during any of our conversations ever, you're like,
Dark Tournament
yeah,
arc.
man, the tournament is like they
Yep.
say it's like one of the
Yep.
best.
Did you know in the fucking live action that they showed the Dark Tournament? Did you fucking know that?
There was not a tournament, in my opinion.
There was not a fucking tournament. That's right, because they fucking didn't do that. What they did was they pulled the fucking shit from random spots and they were like, hey, we're gonna put this here, okay? And then
Mhm.
we're gonna put this over there, and we're gonna throw this in, and we're gonna shit on Shane's dreams of Yu Yu Hakusho live action, all right? Are you okay with that? And the world was like, yeah, shit on his dreams. You do this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we fucking
Fuck his
hate that dude.
dreams.
Fucking goddamn bottom guy. Shit
Yeah,
on him.
yeah. Fuck
Yeah.
his dreams.
Jesus. Ew. Don't be
You said
gross,
that.
man.
You said fuck his
I
dreams.
didn't say fuck his dreams.
Yes, you did.
No, I did not.
Yes, you did.
No, I did not.
Yes, you did.
No, I did not.
Jamie, Jamie, can we get a replay on that, Jamie?
Yep.
Can we?
But no, fucking so that shit it was bad.
Pissed you
It
off.
was
You
bad.
wanted
Yeah,
the tournament. You
it was
wanted the dark
fucking
tournament.
upsetting.
Just say it.
That was the final straw.
Comedy Hashira wanted the dark
I will
tournament.
not say it now because I know you want me to. And that's your fault. You did this to yourself.
All right, I said it for you.
All right. But yeah, so even the beginning. So the problem is the first two episodes were actually pretty good.
You always say that. Definitely.
Yeah, the first two episodes were actually pretty good.
Yeah.
In particular the first episode, but I was
Mhm.
okay with the second one. The first episode, they left some shit out, but the shit they left out didn't take away from the story. It
Mhm.
just would have added more depth to
Like
the
you
characters.
mentioned, the way urameshi died was different, right?
No, so he died saying he got hit by the saving that kid. That
Oh,
that
so
was the
that
same.
happened in
It's
the
the way
anime.
he got brought back.
Oh, okay, so that motherfucker really
So,
got hit by a car like that.
oh yeah, yeah, nigga got hit by a
They
car saving a kid with a ball.
they portrayed that shit really well.
Yes, they did.
I
Yes,
was
they
like,
did.
oh shit,
Yeah,
urameshi,
had you all fucked up.
you alright?
Yep. But yeah, so
His
they
arm
got that
just-
right. But the problem was when he comes back or when he gets stuck there, like that part's true, and they're like, oh hey, like you weren't supposed to die. We never would have thought you would have done that shit because you're a fucking piece of shit.
Right.
And so they tell him, they're like, hey, we can put you back in your body, but ultimately, like, it's gonna be up to you. And they give him like this egg to take care of. And if the egg turns into a spirit, like good spirit, then that means he can be saved. If it turns into a bad spirit, that means he's a shit person. And
Uh-huh.
so the other thing that's kind of true was the fire. So the thing was, he had to be kissed. Someone who
Uh-huh.
loved him had to kiss him. So it's
Mhm.
either going to be his mom or was it Kiko? Is that her name?
Yeah, Kiko.
It was either going to be his mom or Kiko. So he had to hop into somebody's body and tell them, you need to kiss me so I can come back to life. And he hopped
Damn.
into Ibarra's body because
Damn.
remember, Ibarra could like see the spirits.
Yeah.
They show that early that he's got like a sixth sense for it. And
Uh-huh.
so he can possess Ibarra, Kuwabara. I call him Ibarra. I'm
I was
sorry.
like, Ibarra.
Kuwabara.
I was
Yeah.
just gonna be like, yeah, who the fuck's
Yeah.
Ibarra again?
Yeah, I was thinking
At the end, I
Dr.
was gonna
Stone.
wait until you
Dr.
finished your
Stone
fucking
Ibarra,
shit,
because we
dude.
just did Dr.
Yeah,
Stone.
I was like, "What?"
But yeah, Kuwabara. So he hopped into Kuwabara's body and like fucking essentially sexually assaulted Kiko to prove that he was urameshi inside his body. He
You're
was like,
right.
nigga, you gotta kiss me. She was like, well, you just fucking groped me, nigga. Like, isn't that enough? And, and he was like, nah, I need a kiss too. She's like, fuck, all right.
Old
Which,
school anime.
yeah,
Gotta
which
love it.
wouldn't fly. But anyway, so he goes and when the house does get caught on fire like it did in the show,
Mhm.
but what he does is he throws the spirit thing to get he throws
Alright,
the egg.
motherfucker, we don't need a play-by-play.
Okay, but this is important.
You are stepping us all the way. Hurry
All
the
right.
fuck up.
Let me finish this one and I won't do play by play anymore.
Jesus
All right?
Christ.
Fucking shit, you're right. You're right. You
You've
guys
been
don't need a
going
play
for
by
10
play.
minutes.
I
God damn.
apologize. I apologize. But he throws the egg and like kills his chance at being revived, and they
Uh-huh.
put him back in his body. All right, so that was a play-by-play of that. I promise the rest won't be
God
play-by-plays. I'm
damn.
sorry, guys, but I'm just like everything's slowly coming back to me,
I
like
can
as
tell.
I'm talking. Uh, but essentially, so the biggest changes that I didn't like, we'll do it that way. One of the biggest ones was that essentially when he died,
Mhm.
Koenma told him in the live action, like, "Hey,
Right.
we need you to be a spirit detective."
Or he gave him an option. He gave him
Right,
an option
to
though,
to be a spirit
right?
detective. That
He's
didn't
like, "Hey,
happen
do
in
you
the
want to?"
that didn't happen in the
And then
anime.
Urumeshi's like, "Nobody loves me."
Yep. Yeah, that didn't happen in the anime. They
And then they
they
found
brought
out
him
they
back to life.
So
They
you're telling
brought him
me
back
his
to life.
friends weren't like, "I wish he didn't die." And then Urumeshi's like, "My friends still love me. I must
No,
go
that
back."
happened.
Oh, okay.
You're over here mocking it. That actually happened.
Oh, okay.
But they put him back in his body, and he was alive for like half a day. And they're like, "Oh, by the way, you're gonna be the spirit detective."
Right. Okay.
Okay, so that was one big thing that I thought was a big deal. The second big change that I didn't like was the timing of certain things. So you know the three Kurama, Hiei, and that other fucking demon that stole those items.
Yeah, Kurama, Hiei, and Demon.
The third demon who had the orb that swallowed kids' souls.
Fuck.
Seriously? It was 5 fucking
I
episodes. You
forgot
already
his
forgot?
name. Did
Yeah, who
what's his
cares what
name?
his name is?
That's what
If
you
I
were
would have known his
asking.
name, no, I said I'm talking about the moment. I just called him a demon. I don't give a fuck what his name is.
Oh, well, Kurama's an important character. Hiei is an
That's why.
important
That's why
character.
I remember their names because they're important. The third dude isn't. Uh,
He's part of the group, isn't he?
yeah, he's part of the group, but it doesn't matter with my problem. My problem is that he beats up those three people, and after he beats them up in the anime, then he goes and sees Genkai and gets her power.
Mm.
And in the live action, he beat the first two,
See,
then goes and sees Genkai, then fights Hiei.
right, and you were mentioning that the Tournament of Power was the for Genkai's power
Yeah,
in the
so they
anime.
yeah, they had a tournament, not the dark tournament. Dark tournament was something else.
Oh,
They
see, you need
actually
to
had a
clarify that
tournament.
last time.
Yeah.
Okay.
They actually had a tournament to
Okay.
get Genkai's
Now that
power.
makes more sense. Because I was
Yeah.
like, that's a massive jump if he didn't have her power prior to getting into that dark tournament.
Yeah, no.
But he
He
did.
had it for a bit. Yeah, by
Right.
then.
And that was
But yeah.
dope when he did finally access her power in the live
Oh,
action
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
where it
did
went
like that.
slow mo and
Dude,
he's like, boom,
yeah, what they
whoosh,
did was fucking
boom,
dope.
whoosh, boom. I was like, damn.
Yeah, what they did was fucking dope.
That was dope.
Yeah.
And then the
And
spirit
so,
gun, the final one.
yep.
Ah, dude,
Would
if
you
you
used to
watch that
call
in
it
subbed, he was
before
like,
you
"Get
remembered?
it on!" I was like, "Get that shit!"
Oh yeah, it didn't
You
hit
should
that
have heard
hard
it, dude. It hit hard
and
in
dubbed.
Japanese, dude.
Ah, fuck. I'm gonna have to go back and
That shit
rewatch it
hit
now.
hard. He's like, "Get
Yeah.
it!" I,
Yeah, it
I,
didn't hit that
I
hard in dub.
butchered that, but what
Yeah,
were
you
you
did.
asking?
I blacked out. What happened? What
Yeah,
happened? What happened? But
my
yeah.
bad.
But yeah, the Genkai thing was
It's good.
that one really pissed me off. And then of course the dark tournament. They were just like, fuck the dark tournament. We'll just have the final battle and
Mm.
we'll do that. I will say Toguro, right?
Toguro.
Toguro. Yeah. He actually did kill Genkai.
Uh-huh.
right before the final
And he
battle.
was her student, right?
You know,
He was fucking genkai.
I think they never actually say that, but he was her student. But there was like an admiration of love there where they don't come out and say they were fucking, but they were fucking. Like it's really up to your imagination, but I think the consistency, and I don't speak for anybody, I haven't talked to anybody about this, but I'm going to go ahead and assume everybody thinks that we're fucking by the
Yeah,
way it was brought up. But
yeah.
those were the biggest changes I didn't fucking like.
I what I loved though about it was even though you said it didn't match up verbatim, that
Hmm.
they made it to where he had to somebody was about to die before he gained more power. So like the girls were in massive trouble, so he stepped up. The Kurabara got fucking jabbed in the stomach, which I know was very different than the anime, but
Yeah.
it was cool how they put that made that change to where Urameshi had to step up, or even prior to him stepping up, hiei would jump in, Kurama would jump in, things like that. So I thought it was cool for what they did, for what they chose to
Yeah.
do. It was cool the way they
I mean,
made it a hero story.
it was, and I wish I didn't remember, so that way I really could have enjoyed this live action. Because,
Right.
like I said, the scenes were dope. The scenes were great.
Well, and
I
real
just
quick
fucking
before you go, real I'm sorry, but the and to drive my point home, Urameshi saw Kuwabara get fucked up and stepped up. Whereas you remember when Luffy in the live action was with the shark dude, and then
yeah,
he ended up like,
oolong,
yeah, he ended up dropping the whole thing, right? Or something like that,
yeah,
to where
something like that.
he stepped up
Where he
finally,
like
but
dropped the building on him or
it
whatever it was.
wasn't
Yeah,
as epic. So him
that's
dropping
fair.
the building on him wasn't as epic as
Yeah, they didn't
Urameshi
make it.
after
They didn't make it as
Kuwabara.
big of a moment, and they definitely did there. I'd agree with that in the live actions.
Yeah,
I would
like it
I would
felt like
100% agree with that.
more weight in those moments.
Yeah, I would agree with that 100%. And so, but they did a good job. Like
Yeah,
they did a good job. They just got it wrong.
and they didn't have as much money.
No,
I
they
j-
didn't. But
the,
they could have done it right. You didn't need more money to fucking get the storyline right.
dude, there's
Fuck
no way you
faces.
have a dark tournament in that short amount of time.
No, but the Dark Tournament should have been season 2.
Right? They should have
Like they
just
should have
drug it
did.
out.
Yeah, they should have. Well, it wouldn't have been dragging it out
Well,
because
the
the anime
budget
is
though,
longer. But I'm saying like the
you only
budget,
have so much to do, so many
but
seasons,
and
so many
that's
episodes.
it's by season.
But
If
it's
that makes sense.
each episode is the
It's not like they
budget
give
though.
you it's not like they give you $80 million and say, all right, you have to make a whole entire 8 seasons with this.
Yeah, they
They're like,
do.
hey, season one's greenlit. You have $10 million. Go.
Yeah, but you have to think, "Oh shit, I only have 10 million. I have to figure out how many episodes I can actually film within that amount of money."
Nah, I don't think so. I think that's a stupid way to look at
What?
it. Yeah.
You have to look at it that way cuz
No.
each
Because
episode
you
costs a
because
certain amount
you're
of money.
but you're looking at when you're looking at it, you're thinking of it like, "Oh, I'm going to do as much of the storyline in these 5 episodes as possible." That's not what they should do. They should be like, "Hey,
No.
what
uh,
storyline can we do in these 5 episodes?" Okay, let's now we have to find a way to do this part of the storyline with this much money. That's the way it should be. And so they shouldn't have gotten as far as the Dark Tournament. And this is
Yeah,
I don't
but
even know how you
you
can
don't
hold this argument when you don't remember the series and
No,
how
it's not
long it
about
was.
remembering the series, it's about mathematics. You cannot take into account how much, or you have to take into account, I should say, how much money you have versus what plot you can get through versus how long you can film the episodes
Yeah,
for
but
versus what you have access
they could
to.
have with this much money, with everything they showed, they could have had the starting point at the beginning and they could have ended it with them getting Genkai's powers.
Yeah, but you're talking about elongating the series, which means more money.
Right. But they don't get that's what I'm saying. They don't get a full fucking 80 mil. They're not like 80 million to do the entire series. That's not how they do it.
Yes, they
Because each
do.
season is greenlit one at a
You
time.
you know how much money you have for each season.
So you think they walk up? All right. So I guess this can be a more of an opinion based thing now. Now that I'm
No.
thinking about it, because so you think they walk up and they go, "Hey, guess what? We're gonna give you 80 million to do 5 seasons. You're
No,
good to
no, no, no,
go."
no, no, no. I think you're gonna say we're gonna give you 80 million to do one season. Good luck.
That's what I'm saying they say. I'm asking you what you're think.
That's what
You
I'm
think they do
thinking.
that. You
One
think they do
season, you have 80 million. So
Yeah,
that
then
means
just do
you have to think, all right, with that much money, how can I separate each episode within that season and how can I fit in the plot? And within that, if you drag it out, that means yes, of course you're going to have more seasons in the future, but the point being is you're going to need to have more seasons in the future, but the point being is you need to understand each episode is going to cost a set amount of money. And if you can't fit all the plot within what you cost to spend, you can't do it. You have to speed it up, which is why live actions are so fast and they cut through so much shit
I
because
don't think that's how it works.
you
I don't
cannot
think that's how
fit
you do it.
everything in.
Right, but they still could have gone to that arc and then they would have done season 2 as a cuz this isn't a long
But
series.
it
This isn't
costs a
One
shit
Piece.
ton of money,
This
is the
isn't One
point
Piece.
being.
Yeah, I understand that, but I think the quality but my point all right, I'm trying to find the best way to explain it. Not that I agree with you, but I'm just trying to find
No,
the
I
right way
get it.
to
We can,
explain it out.
right.
And it's like so I think when they're doing this, the problem is that they're thinking it's going to end. They don't know when it's going to end. And I think that's always going to be a problem whenever you start any kind of show because in both of our logics, all shows work this way pretty much. So my what I'm trying to say is I don't think that's the right way to do it if they're doing it that way.
Yeah,
But I don't think they're doing it that way.
the process also includes, hey, I have this much money.
Yeah.
Send me a script of what you think we can get in, what you
Yeah, that
think
is part of the
we can
problem.
do. And
Yeah,
they
I
go,
I agree
well,
with
I
that.
think I can get through this arc in this amount of time with that amount of money. And that's how they kind of start going back and forth about what they can or can't do.
So on your logic, just so I can make sure I'm following along, on your logic, they're essentially saying, "Hey, we want to do this. Like this is what we're
I'm s-
thinking for like they go start with the show and how long they think the show will be as a whole, and they send that
well,
script, and then
that's
they
a
go, "That's too long. You need to cut it down for budget reasons."
they have a general long-term vision, but it's all
Right.
based on what they can do in the first season, right? So it goes hand in hand. If they think they're going to get through this section of the first season, they're thinking, all right, well, if we can get greenlit
All
for
right.
a season 2, season 3, season 4, this is how we're guessing. So,
Right.
but the main focus is the first
So
season, right?
right, but so what I'm asking you on your logic, so I'm because I'm trying to understand. So you're saying they're going, okay, so for the whole show, we want to do this many seasons, this
First
many episodes, this thing. No, listen, let me finish. So for the whole season, or for the whole show, we want to do this many episodes, this many seasons, and this is what our potential budget looks like, right? And then they're going, we don't have that kind of money, so we need to condense it. This first season needs to how much can you get through in the first season, send it back? You're not saying that.
no. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying they have their money already up. They know how much money they're going to have at this point. So they're going to go, we have 100 million for this first season.
Right.
Here is the budget overall, just the
Okay.
first season. What is your script for what you think you could get out of the show? They come back, they get in their huddle. All right, for the first season, we're going to cover this arc or maybe multiple arcs depending on whatever anime.
Okay.
But let's just say it's one arc for sake. We're gonna cover this one arc. Within this arc, we're gonna cover this hit point, that hit point, this hit point, and this hit point. Because the only reason why we can't put more hit points in or elongate it out is because if we do, it's not gonna get as appealing. It's gonna go like they have to estimate
I see what you're saying.
what filler we should put in to make it still appealing to
Okay.
get greenlit for another season. Does that make sense?
All
So
right.
it's a battle
It
game.
so all right, so now I understand what you're saying. I still don't agree with it. I don't think that's the way they do it. So I don't think that's the way they do it. And if they do it like that, because you could be right, because I don't fucking know any
We
writers.
I don't know either.
Yeah, right. I don't fucking know any
I
studio
could
heads
be
that I can just
100%
fucking
wrong.
shoot text
I
to,
could be
right?
100% wrong.
So I don't think they do it that way. But if they do it, I think it's a stupid way to do a show. Now, with that being said, I know you think that's the way it works. Do you think that's a stupid way to do
I
it?
think that's a stupid way to do it
Okay.
because I'm on board with your ultimate reasoning, which was
Right.
why I wasn't
But
trying
you
to make it
think
an argument. I was just
right,
trying to
you think
explain
they
what I
yeah,
think
you
they
think
do
they do it this way, but you would prefer they did it like the way I describe
because
it,
me and
which is
you
probably what most fans think.
right, because fans, considering assuming that
Fans.
they're assuming that they're like me and you
Yep,
and really enjoy anime to the point where they would make an anime podcast. No,
right.
but
Fucking nerds.
assuming that the people you're expecting to watch it are fans, we want a real good product. We want a real good plot.
Right.
So I agree with you. They
Yeah, we
should
just want a good product,
elongate
right.
it out. And because me and you are down for 10 live action seasons, if it
Right.
means you're hitting every part of the show, like
See
we would do that all day,
yeah,
but the money doesn't allow you. Is
right, and
is
so, here's why I think they don't do it that way. And once again, fucking, we're probably both wrong. They probably do it a third way. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
could be like, jokes on you, motherfuckers. We actually do it this way. We just throw darts at a storyboard.
right.
But it's like I think you're wrong because I think the first season when they decide the budget, I do think, they come in with the budget and they're like, hey, and they do go through some revisions and shit like that. Like that's normal process stuff for
Right.
anything.
Anything.
But I think that they gauge the financial literacy of a show based on that first season.
Yeah.
So I think that's why they wouldn't
100%.
they wouldn't try and cut it in there because you don't know how
Wouldn't try to
long you're
cut
gonna
what in
be able,
there?
like they wouldn't cut it up as much. That's why I think that process is wrong.
You don't think
Because
that
I
they
don't
cut
think
it
that no, I don't think they would try and cut it the way they did, like how they did in Yu Yu Hakusho, if they did it that way, because that first season is going to determine how much money you're going to make off of each season as long as it's good.
I'm still lost on what you mean by they wouldn't try to cut it that way. Because
So
are you
so
saying they wouldn't
the way they
what's
essentially
that
took
way, in other words?
all right, so they essentially took the first 60 episodes. And I apologize if I'm wrong on the exact amount. I'm fucking coming up with this off the head. Sorry guys if I'm fucking wrong.
Right.
Fuck you.
Sorry, we went from sorry guys, sorry, fuck you.
Yep. How I think as a person. But it's like so they essentially put 60 episodes in these 5. So on that pacing, there's only like 100 if I recall right. There's only about 120 episodes of it completely. So that would mean they
2
turn the show
seasons.
2 seasons and it's done if they
If they
continue that
kept the same
pacing.
pace.
Right. So my point being is that you could potentially make more money by stretching it
Elongating
out.
it,
Right.
it's a risk.
So it's a risk, but the whole idea is the quality, right?
Right.
And the quality of the storyline
Well,
plus
and how
CGI.
many
There's always some
settings?
there's give and take there, right? So
Right.
I'm not
But we're
arguing
talking
that
about
aspect of it. What
like
I'm arguing is the point of it doesn't make sense to do it that way if the goal is finances because you're spending money to try and
that's what I'm
make money.
saying. Yeah. And but that's the thing
So
is how many investors do you have is my point. It's like if you
yeah,
have enough investors in the first season, you can do it.
yeah.
You just can't do that unless you have a absolute poop ton, shit ton of money. You need
A
a
crap ton,
yeah, you need
turd
multiple
ton.
settings. The more filler you want to add into it,
I'm
the
picking up the
more
poop you're putting
settings.
down. Yeah, see what I did there? I
You
did a lot
know,
of poop jokes just like you.
that that's my ultimate
Mm.
point.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. I wish one of these days we get big enough to where we can actually have someone on
And
and we
like
can fucking
question
ask
how
them.
they
Yeah,
actually
and
operate it,
talk to them about
how
that.
they process it.
Right. And
Yeah,
that would be
that'd be
really cool
dope.
to see. Yeah, I'd really like to understand
Bring
that
a
a little
director
better and
on or
how that
some shit.
works.
That would be
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah, not M. Night
incredible.
Shyamalan. Fuck that dude.
What do you mean? He did a press tour
Oh, dude, I
after he
swear to
was making
fucking
the
God,
show.
dude. Dude, your asshole tickling belongs to me.
Oh hell
I'm gonna
no,
fuck you up, dude. You don't even know.
hell no, hell
Yep.
no.
But that brings us to the end, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Yes,
So
sir.
just to round us out here, I enjoyed it, but it was from that perspective of I didn't really remember the plot. And considering what they changed the plot to within the live action, I didn't mind it. And
Mm-hmm.
again, I point towards the fight scenes and I point towards the subbed of it. I feel like you cannot watch this shit. personal Blackie Chan opinion, don't fucking watch this shit in dubbed. You're not gonna like it. You're not gonna like it. I don't see anyone liking it in dubbed. That's just fucking ridiculous to me.
Yeah,
So that's
I
my
didn't like it.
roundabout.
Overall, I didn't like it. I will always say storyline drives everything, and when you butcher it that bad, I just can't be a fan. I will say you'll probably enjoy it if you don't remember it or if you don't know anything about it. I think it'd be a good watch for you. I think you'd enjoy it. I wouldn't suggest talking to anime fans about it because you're just gonna piss them off. I
Yeah,
mean, that's my personal
I'm
opinion.
not.
I don't fucking know if it's true. I don't have a
I can
pulse
say
on
that.
this one.
Yeah, and
Yeah, I don't have a pulse on this one.
I'm literally on the opposite end of you where I'm the person you're talking about in regards to
Yeah,
liking it, having not
yeah.
known any of the plot, but enjoying just the overall
Yeah, I would fucking
feeling
hate
of the
talking to
show.
you on a regular basis.
But I
Oh,
wouldn't
but what about this? I'd be like, fuck you,
wouldn't
dude. Die
in
slow.
an anime setting in front of anime people, I would never bring up the fact that I enjoyed it. I would just be like, I didn't care for it. Either way,
Like
because
a
honestly, I
liar.
don't
Yeah.
necessarily care for it.
Fair
Like I'm not gonna watch it again. So to say that
enough.
I care for it is kind of exaggerating. But again,
Right.
I didn't mind it.
Yeah. But hey guys, just so you guys know, we appreciate every fucking single one of you
We
guys.
hit 300
Holy shit. We hit
today.
300 this morning. Fucking or this afternoon,
Appreciate y'all.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah, we appreciate every fucking single one of you.
300, man.
We at the House of
Wow.
Barty Artists salute you.
Good lord. Thank you
That's a
guys.
Spartacus reference
Thank
to
you,
all
you
my fucking
booty
super
munching
nerds out there.
anime nerd bitch
Ugh.
ass motherfuckers.
Oh, fucking shit, dude. On the plus side, guys, he has stopped doing that shit at the beginning, which was driving me crazy.
Welcome back, you baby back bitches.
Yeah, he'd be like, bitches and niggas. I was like, the fuck, dude? It
Welcome
is 10
back, you
a.m., sir.
sexy hoe bitch
We are
ass niggas.
36 seconds in. Like, what are we doing? But yeah, guys, we appreciate every single one of you. Just like we said at the beginning of the video, please make sure you like, subscribe, comment below, comment what you thought of the show, comment if you disagree with us, comment if you do agree with us, whatever makes for good conversation. Don't just say I disagree. Fucking
Say
add
why.
something of value.
Say why.
All right?
Say
If you
why.
don't like something we
Say
do,
why.
or if you don't like something we do or we
Say why.
did, say why. Add something of value,
Say why.
fuckface. All
Say
right?
why, pussy. Say
That's it.
why.
That's it.
no,
But
no,
you
but
got
what
anything you want to say?
last thing I want to add is that we will be covering the anime at some
Yep.
point.
Some point
As soon as I can
eventually.
get caught up on the 50 million animes I
Yeah,
need to
this
get
dude
caught up on.
sucks.
But other than that, um, like, subscribe, like he said.
Yeah.
But
All
it's
right,
your
guys.
boy, Blackie Chan.
Comedy House Shira.
We
We out.
out.